Okay, go. Show us
so
how to do it, Maria.
Hold on, let me make sure I can. Wait, do you have to give me authority to share my screen? Oh wait, share screen, duh, okay. So I'm gonna do my entire computer, and then I'll go back to just being my PowerPoint. So you can see my entire computer, right?
Yeah. Right.
Okay, so let me just go back to, I want you guys to see what it looks like when, hold on. It's not letting me, okay. So it's not letting me show you guys because I'm presenting. It's not letting me do the normal screen. Hold on one second, let me try it.
Oh, I have problems on Zoom trying to find things to share too. I think it's a Zoom thing.
Well, I want them to be able to see my whole screen, which then it would have allowed. I think what it does is that it changes my, gosh darn it, it literally is a click of a button. So watch, I'm just gonna, hold on, let me go back. Let me go off to presenting.
Is it down at the bottom, maybe?
No, okay, so this is where you guys wanna go. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen real quick, hold on. Because then it's gonna let me go back. So if you guys go to, see on the bottom of your screen, you guys, and just do it while I'm doing, but you'll see where it says mute on the bottom on the left-hand side. You see the first button, it says mute, right?
Yeah.
Now the next one says stop video. You guys see where it says stop video?
Right.
Okay, so click on the little up arrow and you're gonna see a little panel come up and it's gonna say FaceTime, choose virtual background and video settings. Do you guys see that?
Yeah.
Okay, now click on choose virtual background, and a little box is gonna come up. Now, some of you guys may have some pre-recorded ones in there, and some of you guys may have it may just say none. There you go, Shannon, you just did yours.
Mine does not say FaceTime or anything. Do you have to go to video settings first?
No, you don't even have to go to video settings. When you clicked on the little arrow, it went right into not FaceTime. You don't want to touch that one. You want to go to choose virtual background.
Yeah, I don't see that on mine.
I got that.
Oh, I
got it
see. You
too.
can pick them.
There you go. Okay, so you'll see it says none.
Right.
But then for those that don't, the ones that say none, what we're going to have to do is download onto your desktop some fun ones. But some of you may have virtual backgrounds already in there because some of the Zooms, they give you like a San Francisco background. They give you grass background. They give you all different kind of weird ones.
Got her forever.
If you want a custom one, then you have to do the little plus button right right below your photo.
Oh, there I am. I'm at the beach, you guys.
Yeah, there you go. Now we're having fun. I love it. That's so fun.
Maria, how come on some
You and I are
computers?
at the same beach.
Sorry.
Some of us have the same beach because, you know, there are some actual templates in Zoom. There's some defaults where Zoom actually started putting like the beach background and a few of those. But then like with Shannon, she has one of our custom ones. So like if you go to the VAC, and I can show you after this presentation, but if we go to the VAC, you guys can download some of the ones that we created that says, you know, stronger together and a couple of those fun ones. Oh, see, look at, there you go. You have a sunset background. I think John is the only one that doesn't have access to it right now, right, John?
Yeah, I don't see anything like that.
See, like Adam has it. It looks like a few of you do. Oh my God. Okay. And Adriana, she has one. She has the Forever Agent one on. So
Maria,
yeah.
I have a banner behind me. I can see part of the image, but not the whole thing. Is it because I have a banner behind me?
Exactly. Yes, it does.
Okay, so if I take the banner down, then I'll see the Zoom after.
And then you'll see all of San Francisco, that little break back
super.
there.
Okay, great. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so I mean, it's fun. You can play with it. I mean, it's always fun. I want to say I was on Anaheim Hills Caravan on Monday, and I guess it was supposed to be a fun background. I mean, and it just made it fun. I mean, people had a Disneyland background. They had, you know, an aquarium background. I mean, you guys name it. They had all different kinds of stuff. So anyways, just one, that's sort of fun, but we'll have to figure out, John, why you can't get that background. I'll have to look up and see if you have a later version of Zoom and that's not why it's showing, but I would have thought everyone would have had access to it. But
Kelly, you had a question. I saw your hand up for a while.
Yeah. For some reason, even if I had nothing on the wall behind me, when I go to it, you can't see me at all. It's just Let me
Oh,
show
it's
you.
just the image? Let me see.
Yeah, let me show you. Okay, I'm gonna go to choose virtual background and I'm gonna click this. So you can't see me.
Oh.
It's
You just turned into a little ladybug or something, Kelly.
The ghost.
Yes.
a fish.
Kelly,
Yeah.
the background, because your actual room behind you is too complicated. It can't figure out what to block out.
Right. So what
Adrian,
happens a lot of times is that if it's all one color, it's sort of hard to figure out. So you may just want to move. If you have a
I've done
laptop,
it
go into
before.
a different spot.
Watch. Even if I have nothing behind me, it still does the same thing. So I don't know why. Here, I'm gonna
Yeah,
go.
okay, I may have to, I'll research and find out why that's happening,
Yeah,
Kelly, and let you know why.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing
So
pictured.
crazy. Why are you invisible? That's
I don't
crazy. Okay,
know.
let me find out why you're invisible, Kelly. I'll
Okay.
research it and figure out why. I'll figure out why.
Are
So
you a
Shannon,
vampire?
I am.
you know, she's a ghost, you guys. You guys just have no idea. She has special powers. Shannon,
All
do
right.
you want to start the meeting first and before I take
No,
on?
I actually like you to go ahead and get started because I know you've got other things to do today, but thank you so much for joining us today. I know you're going to share a lot of information, so you go.
You guys, I hope
Thanks,
you all
Maria.
had coffee this morning. I'm just saying. I'm just joking.
It's good.
So just so you guys know, what I promise to do after this meeting is I will send Shannon a link. And this link will have my entire deck on it. So if you want to go back and sort of review anything that I've reviewed, I will make sure you guys have access to that. Also on the right-hand side of the screen or on the bottom, you can click on chat. So if you have questions during my presentation, which I know a lot of you are muted, if you want to ask questions on the right-hand side, I'll stop as we go through the presentation. If not, I'll just leave it until the end. So let me go ahead and share my screen real quick. And hopefully you guys can all see it. You know, and I love starting with this slide because I do truly believe that with everything going on in the world right now, we are so much stronger together. I think that we're truly blessed, I think, with being in a tri-state situation where we can really collaborate quite a bit with each other and really share what other agents are doing and being very successful at it, where we're not feeling like we're alone. We're not feeling like we have to start from scratch. There's always someone that's done something that we can grow with. So what I'm hoping with today's meeting, you guys, is that you at least get maybe 2 to 3 ideas of what other agents are doing that will help you guys, again, work on something that you guys have been wanting to do. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with, first, just want to make sure you guys know how to contact us. Obviously, you have my email. You have my number, but marketing department does have a 1-800 number. And this just allows you to always connect with us. We have David that you guys remember from Tarbell that's always on there. We have Leah, we have Dan, we have myself. You know, we have several people that answer the phone throughout the day, but just want to make sure you guys do know, based on any of the things that we talk about today, sort of who you can always call and ask questions for. I'm going to go ahead and skip on this one. The VAC's coming. This was for my Nevada training yesterday. We are launching the new VAC 2.0. We're starting out with Nevada. We're going to start training them in about a week, and we're launching them June 8th. California is following right after, and then Arizona. So in about 2 weeks or so, you guys will be looking at an email that looks very similar to this, announcing the new VAC 2.0, where we're going to have training sessions for not only the staff, the managers, but also beta testers, people that we've asked to help test the product, and then of course all the agents. We are going to, just so you guys know, train in 3 different sessions. Our first session is going to be just overview and contacts, so you guys know what's being transferred, what's not being transferred. They run about an hour long, and then we'll dive into your guys' websites, you know what I mean, showing you guys all the new capabilities that you guys can do. And then we'll talk about all the stay in touch tools with all of the hyper-local content that Mark was talking about at the award ceremonies. So a lot of really good stuff coming up with the VAC 2.0. But just know that you will have training 3 weeks prior to us launching it into California. And we're looking at launching California at the end of June. So your training will be coming at the end of May, beginning of June. We are launching it in Nevada first. So just in case you hear about VAC 2.0 launched, it's only because we're launching it in Nevada first, then California, then Arizona. All right, so I'm going to dive into some fun stuff that agents have been doing, you guys, across the board. And if anything, and like me, you guys, I like to follow agents, right? I like to Find out what other agents are doing. And so if anything, write down some of these names. You guys may want to become friends with them on Instagram or on Facebook or whatever, because they do really, really great postings, and you guys can get some great ideas with this. The Mullen Group, I'm not sure if you saw, Inman just interviewed them and highlighted the Mullen Group out in Nevada, because with everything going on with COVID-19, he came up with a phenomenal idea. And he actually created and you'll see on his post, it says, "We've gathered useful links for our fellow neighbors throughout Las Vegas. We hope you find them helpful." And what he did is he drove them through his Instagram and Facebook page right into a COVID-19 resource page. And he just drove everybody to a local spot where it gave virus information, Nevada info, school info, financial links. And he just took all the information that was being provided out there and put it in one spot. So when this happened, and Inman really highlighted him and really talked about being a community resource for what was going on, of course, what Mark did was said, "Maria, can the marketing department do this for all of our agents?" Right? And of course, we said yes. And so about 2 weeks ago, hopefully you guys saw this email where you guys can all, if you have a resource, if you're using one of the Berkshire Hathaway websites, you guys can log on to the VAC. And in less than 1 minute, once you click into the web gallery, if you watch the video, and we can always resend it back out, you guys can add a COVID-19 page right to the top portion of your website. But again, if you're going to take the time, and it's only literally 1 minute, if you are going to take the time, make sure, again, the next thing you want to do is market it. You know what I mean? You want to put it out there and let people know, just making it convenient for you guys to find out all the information you need to know about COVID-19 in our community, and then drive them to your website. But again, this was just a really good resource. So just a great way that, you know, of course I called Matt and I said, "Matt, this is such a great idea. Can I share it? And then can I take it and make it available?" And he said, "Absolutely, Maria." And wait till you guys see the video that he just did on virtual marketing. I may share that right at the tail end, so you guys can sort of see some cool things that we're doing with virtual for you guys in your listings, and things that are coming down the pipeline. If we have enough time, I'll share that as well. Social media, again, I just want to pull out a few names and a few things that people are doing. You guys may already be doing some of this stuff, but I think it's important, with so much going on with social media between Facebook and Instagram. I think branding is key. I think it's important, as we get building our audience on online, that we have a consistent look and feel. A lot of agents don't know that we do in marketing. We create Facebook covers. We help people do YouTube channels. We help take your brand and we skin it throughout all of your channels. So if that's something that you're looking forward to doing, I just want to let you know we do things like that. The Garrisons obviously are #1 in California for Berkshire Hathaway. The only reason I brought them on again is, one of the things I think that's important that we do during the COVID-19 is not only be sensitive of what's going on, but also at the same time communicate to the clients on what's happening out there. And I think, you know, with either doing your listings or your solds, is really leveraging your listings. You know, they always say when you have a listing, right, there's 6 marketing messages that you guys can put out there. There's new on the market, do you know a buyer, just listed, then it goes into sold, just sold, under contract. There's so many different ways of marketing your guys' listings. And you'll see the way that the Garrisons do all of their postings on here is that they have a certain look and feel. And this is a template that we do in marketing that we can create. It's like for $15, we create a social media template for you. We put your brand on it, and some people do it in different ways. We add your logo to the bottom right, and we show you how to change out your photo every single time you're gonna post something, change the message, and then share it on social media. There's a lot of cool ways of doing that, so just wanted to make sure you guys knew that that was available. Billy O'Keefe, you guys, again, another great person just to write down. He's known as William O'Keefe Realtor on Instagram. He's our #1 agent actually out there in Nevada as an independent agent. What I love about what he's been doing, you guys, is taking everything that we're used to doing, like your market update, and throwing it online. And that's everything that we're doing in marketing, is if you're ordering a flyer, a postcard, we're also making sure you guys get a social media piece of that to make sure you're doing that. But again, is making sure at least once a month you're doing that whole, in the last 24 hours in Temecula Valley, right? We've seen, you know, 180 new listings, 90 escrows, you know, 30, closings, 75 houses off the market. You know, although it isn't normal time, there's still a lot of activity going on. call me for more details. So just an idea of what to say, how to do it. Billy has, I'll be honest with you, a year ago, never was doing social media. Just recently, he's been diving into it and doing a great job, has grown his audience tremendously just by getting on there. But you'll see he does it right from home. He has his girlfriend take his iPhone and do a quick little video update. Video goes a long ways. It's raw. It's not professional. It doesn't have backgrounds. It's just Billy. I mean, people have really gotten to know him for who he is. And again, his referral business is out of this world. He probably has about 85% of his business from his past clients. And so that's the audience that he's really focusing on. As much as he looks for new business, I think past clients are really his big thing as far as communicating to them, sending them things, and keeping them touched as well. Another great one, again, to market you guys or to watch is Ivan Scher. He's actually the #1 Berkshire Hathaway agent worldwide. He was obviously noted actually at our last convention that we just had. He calls his company is.luxury. That's sort of what he has as far as a brand goes. So if you're looking for Ivan Scher, his website is phenomenal. If you guys go to their website, just put in Ivan Scher. Or you can look on Instagram. It's called is.luxury. Again, he does this once a month where he has a March market report. He'll do one for every single month. But what he does is he created static images where he puts 100. And as you guys know on Instagram, you can upload all those additional images. And as you're sliding to find out the market update, he's giving you average days on market, new listings, total active, and homes under contract. So this is something that people know that they can get from all the time. So just some great ideas on what people are doing on social media. One of the things, and I know some of you guys are already doing this in your office, is giving back to the community. And I just want to let you guys know we are doing lots of different things when agents are getting together in their offices. We're helping you guys put together pieces, not only just to market what you did, because that's really not what it's about, but actually challenging other people to get involved and helping you guys build on that momentum. And so we in marketing have been putting a lot of things together where, you know, our Southwest agents, a few agents in their office partnered with a local restaurant, Teriyaki Madness, and they paid for 100 meals to go to Spring Valley Hospital. Now, one of the cool things we did with this is once we designed this and we put this together for them, they posted it on all their social media outlets. And then what they did is they started asking people they started challenging other agents from other brokers and the community to give back. And so that was really the reason behind marketing a lot of this, helping feed our Las Vegas senior citizens. That was a big thing out there. And within 24 hours, you guys, we had like $3,300 on a GoFundMe and up to $7,000 within 5 days with agents just spreading the news. Everyone wants to give back during these times. They just need to know where to go and who's doing it. Again, it's not about bragging on what you're doing. It's really about getting the community involved. And so a lot of times when I've been posting things that agents are bringing to our attention, I post on our Next Work page. And I let people know, hey, guess what? Our agents are doing this. You know what I mean? We challenge you, right, to get together and sponsor a hospital near you. And I do the hashtags, hashtag accept the challenge, hashtag BHHS challenge. Because then again, we don't want to feel that we're marketing our goodness in a sense, because it's, you know, it's the charity things that we're doing, but it's making people want to get involved and letting them know that there's a place to do it. And that's how you sort of want to market it. So just some ideas on what we're doing. So as your offices are doing things together, Shannon, I know have sent me a few things that we're working on for you guys, that you guys can do the same. Virtual, you know, we're all used to going to Caravan every single week, and we started doing a virtual Caravan in Palm Springs, which again, today's at 10 o'clock. And so I'm going to, after this meeting, I'll log on to that one and watch the virtual Caravan in Palm Springs. But this is something that a lot of the communities are doing, you guys, and you're probably going to see your office maybe doing something similar to this. But what we did is that we started it out in Palm Springs, and all we did, you guys, is create a YouTube channel. And all the agents that had new listings, they emailed the videos right to their manager. We uploaded it into a YouTube channel, created a playlist, and voila, we had a virtual Caravan. Everyone could watch, you know, actually tour homes from the comfort of their home. The reason why I'm telling you guys this is because as you guys are taking listings in this type of a market, your clients are going to ask you, well, how do you guys get it out there? How do other agents know about it? So this technically becomes part of your marketing strategy as far as ideas go. And we'll go into some other ideas in just a few minutes, but wanted to give you some ideas of what a lot of offices are doing out there. I know lately we've been talking a lot about, you know, host a virtual open house, you know, do this, do that, do this, do that. And so one of the things I want to make sure that you guys, and maybe tie a little bit into this meeting, is making sure that you guys are connected to Katie Lance. Does anyone know Katie Lance? Katie Lance, you guys, and just go into Facebook and type in Katie Lance. She is phenomenal. She is a real estate social media guru. Berkshire Hathaway brought her in about 2 years ago. And the reason I bring that up, and I'm going to bring this up just a little bit bigger, and maybe let me bring this up. I've been posting it in our Next Work page. Okay, so a lot of you guys know that we have a closed Facebook Next Work page for California. And if not, I would log on to Facebook and find us. It's BHHS CA Next Work. And I'm just going to pull it up down here. You'll see right now I have AZ in there, but ours is BHHS CA Next Work. Make sure you friend yourself in there. We do a lot of posting. Agents, again, just so I'm going to make that a little bit bigger. Agents all the time, you guys, when they take a new listing, they're posting it inside here, and they're doing networking on Facebook. Now, the reason I'm telling you on this one is I usually post things from Katie Lance, C-A-T-I-E Lance. I usually post when she's doing videos, but if you become a friend of hers on Facebook, she will send you links to videos that are less than 1 minute, but will give you talking about, you know, talking real estate on Facebook and how to do it. And she does a lot of great videos, just a great person to follow and include in your marketing strategies. And you'll see on here, and this is why I was sharing it, is agents post on our Next Work pages all the time. It's part of networking, right? So when you're taking a new listing, we have agents doing this all the time. So again, make sure that you guys are in our closed Facebook page. I have agents that do cross marketing. So they go into my Arizona one, they go into my Nevada one. So when they take a listing, guess what? They're posting it on 3 different channels to over 15 to 2,000 agents. Again, another way of just networking your new listing. So just some ideas there. All right. One of the things, and I'm going to go into the National Resource Center, you guys, right now, with the new VAC 2.0, hallelujah, it's all going to be in one spot. I won't have to say you have to go to National or you have to go to the VAC. You'll be able to log into the VAC and click on National and go right in with a single sign-on. So that's going to be really great. But the National Resource Center, you guys, have really stepped up their game during this COVID-19. But we're using their platform as well for a lot of things. For example, the virtual home buying program. We had an agent out of Sedona email this over to me saying, Maria, can we get something like this done as a newsletter so we can e-blast this out to our clients so they know that we have a program when it comes to home buying? I said, absolutely. So in our National Resource Center, you guys, if you go to bhhsresource.com, you log in, click on Marketing Resource. If you are looking for our virtual home buying program, if you type in virtual right in the search button, which is shown up on the screen, this newsletter will come up and you can send that to your past clients if you'd like to, or any of your clients. There's a lot of really great content in there. And that's why I did a little screenshot. They have really stepped it up as far as giving you some great pieces out there. You know, Forever Thankful, giving back to the community. But more importantly, I think they've also integrated a lot of things that make sure that people know that we're still doing business, right? Stay connected with us, right? Making sure that people understand, you know, it's virtually possible to list your home during a market like this. So I think as you guys are looking at your marketing strategy, you know, how many times should you guys be posting? I mean, I do see people posting every day. I mean, I know we personally probably post quite a bit. But I would think three times a week is great. If you guys could do that, would be phenomenal. I think consistency is key. I think the more that people see you, they know that you're doing real estate. In between your just listed, your solds, right? It's important for you to have the warm and fuzzy, stay home, stay safe images, but at the same time, have the stay connected with us, right? Make sure people know that we're still doing real estate. In the National Resource Center, you guys, again, if you have a virtual link, if you have a video that you want to blast out to everybody, you know, we have e-cards that talk about a virtual open house where you can, you know, add your link in there and send that out. So a lot of great things in the social media platform. Now, just so you guys know, I'm hoping, let's say today's Wednesday, I'm hoping by Friday, no later than Monday, you're going to get an e-blast from marketing that's going to give you guys a new resource on the VAC, and it's called the Virtual Marketing Center. We've been talking virtual quite a bit with you guys. And sometimes agents just don't even know where to start. And so what's really great about this is if you take a listing and let's just say you have your own photographer and you have 12 photos, but you have no idea how to put a video together. You don't know how to make it cinematic, maybe put photos or maybe put music behind it or talk about it. You can actually click on a button with our new Virtual Marketing Center and upload your photos, and it's all done for you. We also have it where it's all full service. So if you're needing aerial photography, if you're needing a 3D, you're needing a Matterport, everything is all in one marketing virtual center. I just completed and put it up on the VAC, and I'm working on a marketing newsletter that's going to go out to you to show you samples of everything in the virtual world that's available, and then drive you guys right to the VAC in one place to grab all of that stuff. It's going to be really cool. So good stuff coming down the pipeline. I'm sure you guys have been getting these types of emails from Alan Dalton, which is just amazing with what he's been bringing to the table. He's been really talking about virtual home marketing system, and he just sent out yesterday, actually, the virtual home marketing system step-by-step proposal. Some of you guys may want to use this, but he's really comparing the difference between traditional marketing, right? What other companies are doing versus what we do. So this may be a piece that you just want to click on and download and make part of your strategy. And I'll get into some of my marketing strategies when it comes to listing homes. We literally just went on a listing appointment last Tuesday with John White out in Palm Springs. He got a call from a friend that's a chef that knew one of the Nordstrom family members. And Nordstrom one of the family members wanted to list their home. We ended up listing a home for $4.2 million just last Tuesday by showing them a lot of our marketing strategies on how we were going to market their home. They were excited just to get on the market and let's get it going. So it is important to have some of these components that we talk about a little bit later as part of your strategy. One of the things I want to tie back into a little bit, you guys, is AdWorks. AdWorks right now, even if you haven't been talking about it, is key. Really making sure that when you guys are going on a virtual listing presentation or sending something to your client on why they should be listing with you is to include that AdWorks video with Kelsey. Remember, that talks about the digital platform, right? What happens to every one of your listings? It has a whole digital story behind it. It's less than 1 minute. Kelsey is the best one to tell the story. So I always have that video on YouTube on standby, or I have it in a link that I can add it into my marketing strategy. But one of the things I want to make sure, I'm sure you guys know, is everyone's sitting at home. Agents lately have been asking is, Maria, I know there's been an increase, as you guys can see, 85% increase in streaming television. So what we've been doing lately, you guys, is we've been connecting with AdWorks. They have streaming TV commercials and digital strategies for listings and for your own branding. If this is something that you guys want to do, we could reach right out to AdWorks. You can go on to one of their, we've been having trainings every week. We have agents spending about $150 if they have a new listing, depending on the cost, where they're actually having their listing showcased on all of those local channels like Hulu, Apple TV, I mean, you name it. They have, an entire list of all of the channels that they are featuring listings on locally, geo-targeting the areas. So if it's something that you're interested in, just let us know. Email us. I'll email you a link to the trainer, and we can get you onto an AdWorks program, because they do have an entire campaign that they're doing with us for TV and digital strategies. You guys have probably seen this, but just little reminders. We have a lot of different marketing pieces available. I think, again, we have a lot of postcards. We have a lot of social media, so you guys really don't have to reinvent the wheel. But I think it is important for you guys to make sure that you're putting it out there. Is it safe to sell a home right now? And answering those types of questions to the community and stuff. And again, here's some samples of what we've been doing. You'll see these in the PowerPoint that I send you guys. You can take them and recreate them if you want, but if you'd like, very easily for $15, you can order these. Not only get a postcard, we'll upload it into Deluxe. So all you have to do is select where you want it mailed, and it will go out the door. We'll also send you a social media. If you have your own local printers, we'll send the postcard back to you. We're doing lots of these types of postcards. We did also put out there the new 2020 second quarter farming calendar. Why? Because we felt it was important that you guys dive back into buy side as well. Buy side's playing a key role on making sure that your agents know how you're marketing a home and what's out there online. And I'll get in that in just a few seconds. So those are just a few reminders on some of the cool stuff we have with social media. You guys probably all saw this. This was one of my pieces where we were all trying to figure out, God, how am I going to do virtual marketing and how am I going to talk to my clients? Just like we're doing right now, right, is pretty much how you guys would talk with one of your clients if you had to do a virtual presentation, right? It's all about just being prepared. My favorite, obviously, is Zoom. I think it's more fun because you have the digital background. It's free. Yes, it's only for 45 minutes, but you don't want to be on there longer than 45 minutes anyways. My second favorite online meeting, you guys, is Google Hangouts. So between those two, you know, I always like to say the more practice you do on these things, the easier it is. I have agents that will have Google Hangouts with me throughout the day just to play around with, Maria, how do I do this? Or how does this easy? And how do I toggle between back and forth? So again, we're here to help you guys with that. You know, we put together a lot of pieces like this that talk about how to do a virtual open house, what equipment you need. So we're hoping that we're making life a little bit easier as far as being a resource for you guys. I did do not too long ago a listing presentation virtual video, and I recorded it. So for some reason, if you weren't on there and you'd like to have a sample of it, just shoot me an email, let me know, I'll send it your way. It pretty much is the same for all 3 states. It's just obviously just logging on to BHHS CA Properties, and I show you sort of where all the resources are, what you should be downloading so you're prepared for your next listing appointment. And that's where I go into the next few slides, you guys, is if you're having a listing appointment, I would either send prior to the listing appointment or after a little bit of a follow-up. I think that's truly key because, again, while we're talking virtual, you're showing them a lot of different things, but it's great if they can sort of recap and go through the materials while they please. So this is one that I just did in Indian Wells. You know, hello, Anne. We're really excited about marketing your listing in Indian Wells. Attached is a marketing proposal and a property listing sheet for your review in addition to some, you know, other links. I obviously would recommend highly, you guys, that you add our digital platform marketing your home video in your emails to your clients, okay, because that's our AdWorks program. I would also make sure that you do the how we market your home to a global community, okay, because again, that's the international marketing that you guys are doing for your listings automatically. And then I always like to have a little message from Warren Buffett. People say, well, why are you going to do the Warren Buffett message? Really, you guys, it talks about our presence. It talks about how big we are, not only within our, you know, the United States, but also international. It talks about our brand being around forever and who we are as a company. So it really, to me, I think in the sea of uncertainty, it really gives us that island of stability with having someone like Warren Buffett as a closer on my presentations. I love to have. So we also uploaded a new one of Warren Buffett because on the last videos that we've been listening to, his voice is very soft, right? And so I had Paul, our video guy, increase his voice. So if you download the new one that's on the VAC, you'll hear him very loud on there. So that makes it a little bit easier. One of the things that I also did on the VAC, you guys, is I updated the marketing proposal. I went through it, and this is a Word document sitting on the VAC under listing presentations. But what I did is I went through it, you guys, and I made sure everything that you guys need to be telling your clients that you do for their listing is updated. If it's either electronic mail, right, your single property websites, social media, utilizing hashtags to create awareness. I mean, it's everything your clients are going to want to know that you're doing to market their home. So to me, this is a great one for you guys to go in, download, save to your desktop. It's in a Word document. If you don't want to do it over and over and over again, you can say prepared for the clients of Maria Hill instead of the address on the top. Or you can just click on the address and change out the address so they feel like you took the time to personalize it for them and send them this document as a PDF. So remember, when you're in Word, you can add and change anything to this marketing proposal that you want. This is a 2-page marketing proposal, okay? And what I usually would like to do is instead of sending my client a Word document, if you do file, save it as a PDF, and then name it that listing address and send them that PDF instead of the Word document, okay? Because then it's a document that they can't touch. but at least you have that Word document that you guys can change on an ongoing basis, okay? So I did make sure that this is on the VAC under listing presentation. But my last 3 slides that I really want to cover, you guys, is really our buy-side system. And I think that because I've been doing so many listing presentations online with some of our agents, just helping them and really communicating what's going on, I think some of the most powerful, most impressive tools we have, you guys, are these. This one is obviously the BMA report, right? The Buyer's Market Analysis Report from buy-side. It takes less than 60 seconds for you guys to go to the VAC, click on buy-side, right? Click on BMA, type in the address of your listing, and within 60 seconds, you guys will get a buyer heat map. One of the marketing strategies that you guys have to use is to show your clients your buyer heat map. You guys all know that this operates like a weather map, right? The darker the color, the more intense the online activity. When you, and I can tell you right now, your competitors are not sharing with your clients, right? These types of stats, this kind of online activity, they're definitely not giving them a buyer heat map. And that's what your clients want to know. They want to know that you have a strategy based on what's going on right now. And how do you know where to market it? This shows that you guys have a strategy. All right. So again, making sure that you guys are running your BMA reports, sharing this on the screen with your clients, I think is key, just like I'm sharing it with you guys. Again, I think this one also, as you guys all know, is one of my favorites. When I can let them know, hey, you know what? I ran this, Shannon, this morning. Guess what? I have 236 people, right, online that are interested in a property like yours within a 5-mile radius, within your home price range, in your zip code. Now that's huge, because now again, now they know that when I take on that listing, these 236,000 people that are interested on a home like theirs and their zip code and their price range are going to be notified. What becomes a little bit more powerful, you guys, is the next page. When I can show them I actually have 10 potential buyers within Berkshire Hathaway that's interested in their property. Now, this is where I'm going to remind you guys, if you are an agent that has a buyer that's on this call today, you guys have to take a few minutes of time and put all of your buyers in the buy-side system. Because if we all put our buyers in the buy-side system, this 10, you guys, can turn to 20. For that next agent that's going on a listing appointment in the area of Temecula, they can show their clients that they have 20 potential, right, buyers within Berkshire Hathaway if we all put our buyers in the system. And that's where this becomes a lot more powerful for all of us. So I'm thinking just even in Temecula, right, if everybody in our office goes in and puts their agents into, you know, their buyers into buy-side, we can all benefit when we do a listing presentation, because now guess what? We are now marketing within our company, and hopefully we can sell it before it even hits the MLS. And that reminds me of, if you are taking a listing, remember we have coming soon in our buy-side system, where you can turn around and put in your listing, do a coming soon, and I can shoot it out to these 10 potential buyers and hopefully get some offers before it even hits the MLS, or at least test the market a little bit. And so these are some of the strategies that I know a lot of the agents like doing, but just reminders of what people are doing across the board. Again, connecting with marketing, I think, again, making sure you guys know that you're not alone. This is obviously our email into marketing. We have a 1-800 number. We're here to support you on whatever you guys need. But hopefully today gave you at least 1 or 2 good ideas, or people that you should be following, or things that you should be doing that will help you guys in your business in the next week or 2. So I can open it up to any questions that anyone may have if you guys want to do a Q&A, and then I'm going to have to hop on to the caravan, I think, for there. Everybody knows where the chat button's at, right?
You could chat or you could unmute yourself, whichever is easier for you guys. Any questions for Maria?
Man, I covered it that well. That's a first.
You're so efficient and thorough.
Right? So, I want to go where you're at, Shannon, because that looks really, really nice.
Well, thank you for creating it.
You're like on a lakefront. And you know what? I did load a new one, because guess what? That logo that's right behind you drove me crazy when we had Chris Weeder. I was like, your big head is blocking my logo. So I went in and we changed all the logos to be the left-hand side. So if you download the new one, hopefully it should be on there. But I guess there's no question, so I will end my meeting. I'm going to hop onto the Palm Springs Caravan.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Maria.
Thank you very much, Maria.
All right, you guys. Talk to you later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Oh, well, hello, All right, so we're going to go ahead and get on to our usual topics. I want to start with our birthdays for the month of May. We've got Carla on the 8th, Marilyn on the 17th, Jody on the 21st, Dawn on 22nd, and Adrian on 26th. So happy birthday for the month of May for you guys. And so tell me something good. What's happened good this week for you guys? Anybody have good news?
Veronica
is
and I
Adrian
did.
here?
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
no, go ahead. No, go
I was
ahead.
going to say, well, after much stumbling last week, Adam and I successfully did a virtual open house on Facebook Live. Mine part was a little goofy because my video came up sideways, but we figured out why that happened. Unfortunately, you can't fix it. You used to be able to fix it, but now you can't. But anyway, so.
That's awesome. That's
I
really
watched
great
it.
news.
Yeah,
It was
Veronica and
very
I
good.
did the same thing. We did actually managed to do 2 virtual open houses this week on Zoom. And it was a struggle, but we did it. It was a major accomplishment.
So I'm curious, because I had that on my list to talk about, how many people did you guys have tour live? And then have you had people, I know Adrian did hers like a Facebook so they can go back and watch it. So what was the stats?
So
Okay, well, that's,
I was gonna say, so live on ours, at one point, I think we had 5 people. I don't know how many were actual clients and how many were family members, but.
Agents.
Yeah, or other agents, yeah, because Danny watched ours, and I know Adam's wife was on mine. But we did get a call yesterday for now an in-person showing on Saturday from someone who saw the video. So
Nice.
yeah. Ours, for our open house, our first one, we had advertised it on MLS for a week. We had put it up, posted it a week earlier. However, we did not get any participants on the actual virtual open house. Yesterday, we got 2.
Okay.
So we're improving it and stuff like that. But, it did.
But when you post your open house, your virtual open house, the only people that can really see the comments when you just leave it in open house are agents, because they're the ones that log into the MLS. So you have to make sure that you put it in the public comments so that it syndicates out to all the different sites. And I did check with the MLS, and you can actually, in the public comments, your last part or wherever you want to put it, you can put the open house, the date, the time, and the link, so that when it goes out and anybody looks it up on any of the outside websites, they will see it. We didn't learn that until the day before the open house, but now we know. We're having another one Friday. We put it in on Monday of this week so that it would be in the public comments for the whole week rather than just 7 hours before the open house. So we're going to try it again.
Advertise it?
Pardon me?
How did you advertise your open house?
Well, you put it in the public comments of your MLS description, and then anytime anybody looks up the property on Redfin or Zillow or Berkshire Hathaway, it'll show what the link is and what day you're going to have your virtual open house, the time, and it'll actually have the link there. You put all that into your public comments, and the MLS says that that's fine to do that. And so that's what we did. We'll see if there's any difference for this week as opposed to last week.
one thing to remember, what Veronica was just talking about, is that the MLS does not want you putting up a virtual tour. This is for an open house. And
Right.
so if you put up a branded virtual tour in that public comment, you're going to get in trouble.
And they're going to remove it probably anyway.
Yeah, this is strictly for open houses that they let you put it in the public.
And like some people like that have like a Matterport 3D tour, in the CRMLS training, they're saying if you want to use that as your virtual tour, you actually have to like set up a Zoom meeting open house where you're there, and then on your screen you can have them walk through that virtual tour. So you can kind of do an unattended virtual open house. But by saying you're having a virtual open house, you're telling people you will be there during that time to answer any questions. So you can't just put up a tour.
Which we were, oh yeah, okay,
Yeah.
so, yeah, we were there, yeah.
So the other thing, the training that CRMLS did this week on the virtual open houses is if you actually have a paid for Zoom account, you can have a registration page for people to collect that link, which is pretty awesome. Although you do have to pay $15 for your Zoom account, but it's a month-to-month situation. So it might be something where you could at least collect information. I think that it's good and bad. It's good because yes, you get their email address because then they won't get the link unless they register. But secondly, I think it's bad just because some people just may want to hop on at the last second. So that's just something to think about.
The other thing that I was going to say, because I looked through different, before we did ours, I looked at the open houses that were out there. And so the Zoom ones are nice. Like you said, you can collect people's names and stuff, or, you know, based on their screen name when they come on, who they are. But the nice thing, even though I must say we struggled, the Facebook live scheduling is not easy as they try to imply. I mean, we've figured out how to do it, but the advantage of the Facebook Live is it lets you put into the MLS a link to your personal Facebook page, and that link stays there. So people go back and look at open house, even if you're done for the day and they come like at 5 o'clock, it still comes up on today's open houses, and your video is there, and they can see, they can go in there and watch your video. And that's, so they don't even have to actually be live to see it. They can't, if they're not live, they can't ask questions, but you definitely, and we've had over 61 people look at the video of the open house. So
maybe you would like to share with us how you did that, because we have struggled, and that's why we went to Zoom.
I think we need to have a separate meeting for that.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I would come.
I would too.
Okay,
Yeah.
It was definitely, I mean, I was almost in tears because I was so frustrated after watching Chris's video on how to do it. And then, and he kept missing trying to talk to us. And finally, like 2 days before our open house, we already had stumbled and got it working. And he goes, oh yeah, well, I have the new Facebook. I guess it works different. We're redoing that video. So, I mean, everything he tells you in that video how to do it is not how you do it. It just doesn't work.
We found that out. So yeah,
Yes,
if we could do a class, it would be great. I would agree.
All right, well, we'll figure out, set it up.
Okay. We'll set it up very soon because we need for the weekend. And I saw one of my fellow realtor friends say that he did a Zoom and a Facebook Live. I don't know if he did it at the same time. It is possible on a computer actually, but I don't know. He said he had over 100 total of the 2, plus then the repeat people come back on the stuff that was recorded. So I think this is really something that, again, something that's probably going to stick for when we go back to doing live open houses. Oh, okay, thanks, Danny. She can help with that stuff too. When we go back to doing regular open houses, I think we're going to do both. We're going to do in person, and we probably will be doing some kind of virtual one too. And so we'll get more bang for our buck. All right, so let's talk about listings. Who's got new listings? Let me share my screen and see if everything's still up.
Shannon, I just looked at my open house video. So after I did it sideways, I went in and I reposted it. And there are 3 people that have looked at the new one. I made it my prime video on my Facebook page, on my realtor Facebook page, but 101 people have looked at the original one. Maybe they're making fun of me. I don't know. But you know what? I'm still looking at the house. So.
Yeah, that's right. That's all that matters.
You could be a training video for somebody else's office.
Yeah. Well, and what, I'll tell you, what, to not have that happen where you go sideways, the one trick is that it can go, your camera can be sideways. They actually say it's better, but you have to turn it sideways, orient it that way before you click the go live button, because it takes the orientation of how it was when you hit the go live.
Gotcha. All right, so let's talk about new listings real quick. I'm sorry I'm the first one on the list, but I got to share with you my new listing. This is one of my past clients. I sold this house to her when she bought it brand new. I think some of you have heard me talk about my client who's a hoarder. This is the one. So it took months to get this house to look this clean, and we had stuff hidden every place we could possibly do it. So this house is in Audie Murphy Ranch. It's 4 bedrooms, 3 full baths, 2463 square feet. And if you know Audie Murphy Ranch, they have like 3 pools and tennis courts and the skate park and all of that fun stuff. Anyway, this one's listed at $418. I believe it's the least expensive in that particular price or that size of home. So if you guys have anybody who wants to take a look, please send them my way, and hopefully the house will stay clean. Now, Maria was talking about doing the virtual caravans, and I went over to take my video walkthrough of this house, and her hoarder tendencies already came back in one day. And so I couldn't get a video of it because she had already cluttered the whole house. So anyway, we'll talk about that in a minute. All right, so Jill, let's talk about yours on White Ridge.
It's actually super nice. It's single level, 2,600 and something square feet, I think. Super, super clean. It has real hardwood floors, really open floor plan. Everything's like immaculate. All the windows are all like wood cased, crown molding everywhere. It's the office in the front with built-ins, with the master bedroom, master bath. Big secondary bedrooms. You can see how big they are. Fun little bathroom, hall bath, laundry with a sink. Nice backyard, patio cover.
So what's the price again?
What's the price on this?
$499.
Very cute, Jill.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Yeah,
very cute.
HOA. That's like Skinner.
Mm-hmm.
Neighborhood park, French Valley Elementary.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
2651 square feet. All right. Is Veronica Osuna on? I don't know if I saw her. Okay. All right, Jill, you're on again then.
Hi, this is Breton, also in French Valley, a 3-car garage. Super, super clean. Got a nice pool, spa in the background. Those are laminate floors, granite counters, really nice cabinetry. Open floor plan too. 9-foot ceilings. That's the front room. It's like, and that's the office right there.
Sorry,
Kind of
I'm
a
probably going too
living and
fast.
dining combo. That's the office looking out into the front. Master bedroom. Got a sliding glass door off the master to the pool and patio. Master bath. Bedrooms. So it's 3 bedrooms and the office.
What is this one listed at?
$479. The issue has been with it is the solar. It's actually purchased, so there's a loan, and the payments they're good. They're like 140. No. Yeah, 145 right now, and in October they go to 207 forevermore. But it's still way cheaper than paying a $400 Edison bill with a pool. I don't know. People are balking at it. We've had 2 offers, and it's been the issue on both of them.
That's really pretty. I hope you sell it. All right, Andrea or Carla, are you on the call on our meeting? Okay, so we'll move on. So one of the things that Maria talked about, and I've had agents ask me, is the stats. You know, I go through the stats every week about what's changed, and this particular week, as of yesterday at 3:18, the Temecula Valley had 132 new listings on the market, 270 new pendings, let me go back. So the new listings, 132 this week. Last week was 141. New pendings, 270 this week. We had 258 last week, so we're selling more, listing a tiny bit less. We had 155 closings in the last week as opposed to the week before, 126. However, we did have month end, and so that typically happens that we sell more right at the end of the month. We had 21 canceled, which was almost the same exact as the week before. We had 42 go on hold and almost the same as the week before, and 0 expired. If that's not saying that sellers are waiting to get their house sold, they're not letting them expire. I think that's super important to mention to your clients. But someone's asked me, how do I do the stats? So everyone has access to these hot sheets, and you can create a custom hot sheet any way you want. And then you can see stats based on 24 hours today or 7 days. And so basically what I've done is I've made a different stats for different things. So this is my new Temecula Valley. And let me show you, let me back up, I'm sorry, and tell you how you do it. So you just go to add a custom. You say, I'm going to add a new one, and then you name it. So this is sample. Save. And then when you have the one that you want to edit the criteria, you come in here and you say, what kind of thing do I want to keep stats on? And I have mine separated. So I have my new listing separated from my pending, from my close, etc. And then you choose the city, and I only do single family residence, and then you save it. And then once you save it, it ends up on your hot sheet. And so then I can look at in the last 24 hours, how many listings came on in Temecula? 20. So that's how I take care of those stats for you guys. But the other way, and this is really helpful because I've actually used, I learned this from Mark and Rick on the Facebook Live classes. And I'll tell you that when I went to a listing appointment last week, I said the stats to the seller, and they were like, oh, okay, wow, that makes sense. Then I understand there's not a lot of listings on the market. If you like to do charts and things, you can just simply come over here to stats, and you can use the presets. I generally do the customized ones because I like to do like the last 2 years of, let's just say, new listings, and I'll group it by month. And if I put in the cities, those are the ones I usually do, and single family, and then hit generate, you'll get your chart, and you can change the chart to any pretty colors you want. But now you can see over the last 2 years how the new listings on the market have gone up and down. And in the month of April, we only had 668. And if you go to April of last year, we had 1,121. So we're nearly half, just under half of the amount of listings that are supposed to be on the market that we're used to. So is that helpful for you guys?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Good, I'm glad. So you can take those charts anywhere you want. You can change the, I love to see the days to sell also. That once you get your stats, your criteria in there, you could just change whatever you want to look at. So now you just say, how many days to sell in the same area? Well, last month, shoot, it didn't take 14 days to sell a home in the Temecula Valley. That's very telling. Now that's the median. I always do median and not average. Just because I like to stay in line with what the California Department of Real Estate, their stats are always based on median of everything. So I stick with that. So hopefully that's helpful for you guys. And then last but not least, I want to share, see, I had all my stats ready for you today, but I didn't do them because I figured you guys could look them up now. So we're on the last few days of our virtual sales challenge. And so right now, Christina Morrison is leading at 200 points, but we've got 2 people coming up the rear here, Lynette and Kim. So let's make it a strong week, virtual. I know a lot of you did a lot of virtual open houses. We heard Gail and Veronica and Adrian. So those are big points. So if anybody wants to do a virtual open house, I would say if you want to do a virtual open house at my listing, you can do it. Anyway, just so there's that. And then as far as our charity event, this is what I've been working on with Maria. This is just basically saying like what she was saying, like we want to show that we did something, and just say, hey, we want to give back to our community and thank you to the pantry for all that they've done. Now she's just put in a random number, $1,500 here. We've actually got $1,201 in our joint collections, but I'd like to get up to $1,500. So if you guys want to add more money to it, let me know. I'd say let's just try to get this done by next week.
Shannon,
yeah.
Are you trying to show us a different screen? Because we're still just seeing the stats.
Sorry. Yes, I thought it was. How about this? How about that? Can you see that? Stronger together?
Yes.
Okay, got it. Sorry, guys. I'm still not.
Where did the money come from?
Oh, no, you're doing a great job,
You're
Shannon.
doing just fine.
Yeah, you're doing good.
I talked to the Mission of Hope. I told them that their donate now button wasn't working. They're working on that.
Right.
Okay.
And then if anybody wants to make out checks, they can just make them out to the Community Mission of Hope.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to say. I've got $1,201 here at the branch, and I'd like to just say the entire branch donated all of this, but make your checks to them and let's like present it all at once. What do you guys think about that?
I think that's a good idea. That's a great idea.
That's a great idea. For $1,200. Have the agents been sending money in? I mean, it's like, wow, that's great.
Probably missed it on the last meeting that we have decided to forfeit the Joker Poker money for right now. And also we had our Sunshine Fund, coffee fund from Tarbell Days still hanging out. And so the two of those together equals $1,201.
Wow, that's awesome.
I know.
Wow, I'm stunned. Yeah. I'll drop off a check for you. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So you can send, if you want to send money via Venmo, Chastity, I would say you could send it to me. That's fine. And I'm going to write a check. Because I don't think they would be, I don't know, maybe they'd be happy if I walked in cash, but I'm thinking not. And then this flyer isn't ready yet because I want to have the right amount of money on here that we're donating. Previously, I had put this out to the other Temecula Valley offices so that we can all donate. But quite honestly, I'm just getting frustrated of waiting for them. So I think I'm just going to pull the trigger and have it just have our one office address on here. I'm over it.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Before it's over with, right?
Yeah, I know. We're getting to the end of this and we haven't done our charity.
Yeah.
Do you think that they should do the background in our CalBRE?
No, I don't think so. I thought about it, but this is about the charity. It's not about us. We've got our logo up here.
Okay.
Oh, and that's their colors.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't see the logo at first.
Yeah, sorry, I got it zoomed
It's
in.
okay. Oh, it's fine.
Perfect.
All the money goes just to the Temecula people that need help, or?
It's going to the pantry, so I think anybody who needs food, I think from the whole Temecula Valley can go to this pantry and pick up food.
That
And
is
they
correct.
do an
You
application.
do not have to be a Temecula resident.
Right.
The pantry supports, it said Temecula, Awonga, Anza, and Murrieta. Those are the areas that the pantry supports.
So how about we just say we'll go till Friday with collections. And then we will go ahead and drop the money off to them either Friday afternoon or Monday morning. And I don't know if they're open on the weekend.
Ooh, okay. 1 second.
Sounds good.
Just a couple of reminders that we're now in the clear cooperation policy has now gone into effect. So if you take a listing, it needs to be in the MLS, within 1 day. This register status is not available yet, so you'll still do those exclusion forms until this comes online in June. But if you have a coming soon and you want to market it, and that was really interesting, I was looking for listings and the coming soons were in there and I couldn't see, I can't go show them for 15 days. So it's kind of frustrating for me as an agent to see the listing, but then, oh yeah, I have to tell my buyer they can't go see it. So that's weird. Have you guys seen these yet, the coming soons?
I have. It is frustrating. I've got a couple of buyers and, there's no point in passing it along to them at this point. And none of the ones I saw had any photographs.
Oh yeah, but the other thing is, if you think about on the flip side, as you're the listing agent, you're creating all this activity, and but you can't show it. And as soon as you hit active, everybody's going to rush to it because they've been waiting. So that is something, and that's the whole point of coming soon, right?
So when it switches over to active, it's going to show up on the new listings, correct?
Yes.
It's not going to have days on market or any of that. Okay.
Right. So anyway, so that's that. I already said that we wanted to do I'm trying to work with the Temecula Valley offices also on the virtual tour caravans. Did I already say that? Okay. So we do have a YouTube channel. I'm trying to get access to it because I volunteered to put all the videos on there for all 4 of our offices, but the person who put it together hasn't shared the access code yet, so whatever. So it's coming. And then last but not least, book club. This is what we're reading right now. So if you haven't got it yet, go get it. I started it this weekend. It's pretty good so far. So that's that. Anybody else have anything they want to share before we say goodbye? Oh, let's try to figure out, Adrian, a good day. You want to chat with me and then I could put it out to everybody, or do you want to pick a day right now?
No, we can talk about it, figure out what works on your schedule.
I'm thinking, as far as every meeting, every Zoom meeting and everywhere, there's hardly anything on Fridays. So do you want to do a Friday?
Sure.
Okay, what time?
I'm pretty much at home, so.
Oh, yeah.
Appointments right now.
You're not very busy out showing property right now. I forget that.
Well, I do have an actual showing on Saturday. So, but you're saying Friday, so Friday.
Okay, so how about we come together?
Unmute yourself, because you got to help too on this.
Right.
About 10 o'clock on Friday.
That works for me. Is that okay for you, Adam?
Should be fine.
Okay.
This Friday?
This Friday.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll put an email out with a new link for this Friday.
At 10 o'clock?
At 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Virtual tour. Oh, sorry, virtual open house.
Well, what we're trying to, I think what we're working on is Facebook Live ones, right?
Yes.
That's what we've done. So.
Okay. All right. We're good to go then. I'll put it on the Zoom meeting list.
Okay.
Thank you, Adrian.
Yes.
Yes.
Will
Thank
you
you.
record that too?
I can record it. All right. Any other things I see in the chat that you can make checks out to Community Mission of Hope?
Shannon?
Yeah.
I just have a real quick question. We need some painting done, and the last painter, he didn't call us back. Does anybody have a painter that they really like that's reasonable and good to go? If they could just send me a quick information or call me or whatever.
I know a handyman who does painting.
And he might be on this meeting.
He might be on this meeting. He used to be a professional house painter before he went into real estate.
Oh. Well, it's just a little bit of, we've got a little stucco that came loose on the side of the house and some other painting that might need to be done. So
I have a a neighbor that's moving back into her, it was a rental and it needs inside, needs a lot. So I will call you, Adam, if you're going to be a painter now. You can't list the house, but you can paint it.
All right, guys. I think
Bye,
that,
thanks.
Guys.
Thank you.
that's
All
it.
right,
You
thank
guys
you.
have a happy Mother's Day this weekend.
Oh, you too.
Happy Mother's Day,
Fun.
you too. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank
No
you.
kids, wow. I know.
Bye.
All right, bye. See you on
Bye.
Friday.
Bye.
Good meeting. Thank you.